In today's video, I'm going to talk about my top 5 Arbitrum DeFi projects for March 2023. Everything I say in this video is not a suggestion that you do or do not invest in any of these projects. You should still do your own research, and this definitely isn't financial advice. Now, let's get into it. First, I want to share that this video was brought to you by Nested. Nested is building the front end for DeFi. They allow you to easily build portfolios. I'm using it myself, and then you can buy all of the tokens in that portfolio with a single transaction. Another cool thing is that you can actually build portfolios that you allow other people to copy. So for example, I built a Dynamo DeFi Arbitrum portfolio with all 5 tokens that I'll talk about in this video. So if you do your own research on these tokens and decide you want to buy all 5, you can go to this link that I'll post down in the description and then easily click this copy button and buy all of them at once. Next, a quick framework for how I chose the 5 projects that I'll talk about in this video. I'm looking for one or both of 2 things, and those things are first, improving on-chain metrics, so that's increasing deposits, increasing revenue, etc. And second, what I'm looking for is an upcoming catalyst. So I want some event this month that could cause more attention to focus on this project. As far as why I chose Arbitrum, basically I chose it because on-chain activity has been exploding recently. If you look at total value locked, then it's just been going up month after month and is currently above where it was even before Terra and 3AC collapsed in the summer. And then if you look at on-chain transactions, those have just completely exploded from 2 to 300,000 up over 1 million last week. And that was actually the first time that a layer 2 rollup had more transactions in a single day than Ethereum mainnet. So that's extremely bullish. One caveat that I want to give is that many of these Arbitrum tokens have already increased in price a lot. So be aware of that before purchasing any of these. One other caveat that I want to give is I won't be talking about any DEXs today. There are a lot of great DEXs on Arbitrum like Camelot, like Trader Joe, and like ZyberSwap. However, I think that these DEXs deserve their own video comparing the top DEXs on Arbitrum. So I'll be making a separate video on that. The first project that I like on Arbitrum this month is Gains Network. Now, Gains Network was originally on Polygon and bridged to Arbitrum in January. And since then, their on-chain stats have been literally parabolic. So if we just look at these real quick, then we can see that total value locked since they launched on Arbitrum has more than doubled. And if you look at their revenue, before they launched on Arbitrum, they were running around 300,000 to 100,000 a week. And then now they're running consistently over $600,000 in fees collected on the protocol every single week. And one thing that I really like about Gains is that they actually distribute those fees back to token stakers, so it gives value to their GNS token. And then another thing that's really cool is that what Gains does is it allows you to leverage trade crypto, forex, and synthetic equities on chain. And to me, forex trading is a slam dunk real world use case of crypto. And I actually had an opportunity a few months ago where I wanted to make a forex trade, and I found that Gains Network was the easiest place to do it. The second project that I like on Arbitrum this month is Radiant Capital. Radiant Capital is the largest money market on Arbitrum that allows you to lend and borrow assets like DAI, USDC, USDT, ETH, and Wrapped BTC. And there's a few things that I find really compelling about Radiant at this very moment. So the first is, if you look at their on-chain metrics, they have just been completely parabolic. I mean, look at the total value locked. They were at around $28-30 million in January, and then now they're up over $120 million. And that's because of this incentive structure they have where you can lock Radiant to earn a variety of coins as yield. And then you also earn Radiant by depositing and borrowing assets, creating a flywheel that incentivizes people to use the protocol. And quick just warning here, the RDNT token recently hit an all-time high, so this token is already up a lot. However, I am still interested in it based on these stats. And the next stat that I like is that the fees are way up. So this protocol is actually making money. These are the daily fees here, and they were pulling around $10,000 to $13,000 a day back in January, and now they are pulling in over $50,000 a day the past few days. So again, that's actually people who are paying to use the protocol. It's a real business. And then the next thing that I like about it, and this has both of those things I talked about, both stats and a catalyst, Radiant V2 is coming out soon. So they're changing their emission structure to reduce inflation of the token in the short term. And another thing that they're doing that's really interesting is that they're expanding to Binance Smart Chain soon. So Radiant is going cross-chain. Their vision has always been to build an omni-chain lending platform. My third token on Arbitrum this month is an old favorite of this channel, but I still like it, and that is GMX. GMX is another decentralized perpetual exchange that allows you to trade top crypto assets with up to 50x leverage. And GMX, like these other protocols, has seen a lot of money flow in recently. If we just look at the total value locked here, then it's just been steadily up only, and it's currently sitting at over $600 million. GMX is the largest protocol in Arbitrum, and to me, it kind of represents a proxy bet on the entire Arbitrum ecosystem, because so many different projects on Arbitrum are building on top of GMX. And then if you look at the revenue on GMX, then you can see that it's been up and down. It has spikes on high trading days, but it has been consistently up since December. And if you just look at some of these weeks, it's bringing in $3-4 million a week. And I mean, like I said before, that is a real business, and that's not that common to see in crypto, that a protocol is actually bringing in real money. The fourth project that I like on Arbitrum this month is DopeX. DopeX is a decentralized options protocol. And what's really cool about this is that in traditional markets, options are an extremely common, extremely high volume way to trade, but they're heavily underused in crypto, and they're especially underused in on-chain DeFi. And DopeX is trying to change that. They're building a DeFi primitive to create options strategies, and they're building a lot of automated option strategies to make it easier for people to actually use those options in ways that are profitable. And so I find that really interesting, and it's just a really smart team. I did have the chance to talk to this team in a Twitter space a few weeks ago, and their TVL has been up since November, but admittedly it's not up to what its peak was earlier in 2022. However, one thing that I find really interesting is that just today they posted this, that they are testing their RDPX v2. And what RDPX v2 is it's a new system to be introduced that will allow people to mint synthetic pegged assets known as DopeX synthetic coins. And I think this has the potential to potentially allow more people to use these DopeX options strategies. And the fifth project on Arbitrum that I like this month is known as Y2K. And warning, this is the smallest and riskiest of the projects that I'll talk about today, but I do find it very compelling given some things that are going on in the world right now. And what Y2K Finance does is basically it's a way that allows you to bet on a pegged asset depegging. And a pegged asset could be a liquid staked asset like liquid staked Ethereum, or it could be a stable coin. And what I think is really interesting is that you have a lot of regulatory uncertainty around stablecoins right now. Just recently, Coinbase announced that they're suspending trading of BUSD. And so my thought is, if people get concerned about the peg of BUSD, the peg of USDC, the peg of other coins, then they might decide they want to hedge their positions by betting on its depegging, and Y2K Finance allows them to do that. Additionally, their TVL has been up. It's not as high as it was at the start of the year, but if you look at this over the past few weeks, it has been up and down, but generally trending upwards. And those are my top 5 Arbitrum tokens for March 2023. As a reminder, if you want to buy all of them at once after doing your own research, then you can do so in this portfolio I created on nested.fi, link in the description. And this portfolio is set up to just have a simple 20% allocation to each of these projects. That's all for today. Let me know down in the comments which other Arbitrum DeFi projects you like. And if you want more videos like this, be sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, this is Dynamo DeFi.